another week of Techy Tuesday. Today we're going to be closing out our series on Testimonial Tree by talking about how we can connect other applications to our account so that when the time comes that we need to utilize these reviews, we're not having to jump around to 5 or 6 different places. We've just got one place to go where everything will be stored. Now, we just did a video on how to connect Facebook and Zillow as well as Realtor.com, so go take a look in our Testimonial Tree playlist for those applications. But this video is going to be specifically on how to connect your Google business pages. So we're going to jump into our Testimonial Tree account and navigate to the review generation section on the left side. We're then going to hit Manage. If you are a KW Heritage agent, in this section you are already going to see a placeholder for Google Business, and it's going to be labeled the office address. This is going to be the KW Heritage Google Business page. So when your client leaves you a review on Testimonial Tree, they will be prompted to go copy and paste that review to your Google Business page. This is not an auto sync because Google requires you to be logged into a Google account in order to leave a review. We are not able to auto sync the reviews from Testimonial Tree into Google Business. However, we can automate them the other way around. So if someone does leave you a Google Business page, we can pull that automatically into your Testimonial Tree account. If you are going to want to swap the Heritage page out with your own, I do not recommend you leave both of them on there because all your client will see is the Google icon for that link. So it's going to be difficult for them to distinguish which one is actually the page that you want them to be leaving that review on. So you are going to want to remove this inherited version here. So up at the top, you're going to see a button that says Disable Inheritance. And you're going to go ahead and select that. Now you're going to see that removed my inherited Google Business page. So now I can go in and add my own. Make sure when you do that you do hit the Save button. The process for adding our Google Business pages is a little bit more complicated than Facebook or some of our other sites. So I want to show you exactly what you're going to need to do. In the bottom left-hand corner, you're going to click on this question mark where it says, "How can we help you?" Underneath the knowledge base, we are going to search for Google Business. If you give it just a second, it will then pull up the step-by-step walkthrough of how to add your Google Business link to the review generation section. Here, it also goes a little more in depth with what I was talking about, where it is a one-way street. So when we talk about generation, we are talking about your client being redirected and prompted to go to the site to also leave their review there. But when we talk about monitoring, we are pulling in the review from that site. So we can pull from Google to Testimonial Tree, but we can redirect from Testimonial Tree to Google. If you have additional questions on that, please let us know. I'll try to clarify a little bit further. But what we're going to want to do is you're going to scroll down. Step 1, all these first few steps are what we have already done. We're going to want to focus on step 4. This is going to give us a link that we're going to need to use in order to properly put our Google Business page in the Testimonial Tree. So I'm going to right click and open this link in a new tab. You can also highlight it and copy and paste it, but you are going to want it in a new tab. From there, you're going to go into that place ID, so it should look exactly like my screen does here. You're going to scroll down to the map. Underneath the map, you are going to put in the exact name of your Google Business page. Once you see that it has popped up for you, you can go ahead and select that page. And what we're looking for is this place ID that it's giving us right here. That is what we are going to need for Testimonial Tree. So what we're going to do is go back to Testimonial Tree. Your knowledge base should still be open. And we're going to scroll down a little bit further, and where it says step 6, we're going to come and grab this link that it has right here. So you should see it ends in place ID equals. So we're going to need that whole thing, and again, including the HTTPS. So you can copy it directly from there, highlight it and copy it, whatever you need to do. And then we're going to go ahead and close out our walkthrough. You can always reopen this if you get lost somewhere along the way. And then we're going to click on the Add Site button. It defaults to Google, so you should not need to change the site. If you're connecting multiple pages, you can do nicknames, so it's a little easier for you to distinguish. But we're going to go into the review generation URL, and we're going to paste the link that we copied where it had place ID and equals at the end of it. Now, we are not done here. We have to go back to our site where we had looked up our place ID, and we are going to need to copy that place ID. Now, I don't want to grab the address, I just want to grab that place ID right there. If you are having trouble finding yourself on this ID search, let us know. We can try to help you out with that. Once you have that place ID copied, you are going to go back to Testimonial Tree and click at the end where that equals sign is. So we need to keep all of this here. So again, you're just going to click at the end of it, and you're going to paste that code that you got from the Place ID website. Now we're just going to say copy generation link, and that's going to pull that same link into our review monitoring. We don't need to mess with the assigned user or the assigned location. And we're going to go ahead and click on Save Changes. You should then see a Google pop up again, but this time it should be linked in there with your place ID rather than the place ID for KW Heritage. Again, if you have any further questions or concerns on this, you can go to their help center and submit a help support ticket to Testimonial Tree, or reach out to our team at helpdesk@mykwsa.com, and we can try to help you out from there as well. But thanks for sticking with us and tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.